And we're live. Good morning, Flint. This is Isaac and Paul with AI in the Morning. How are you doing this morning on this snowy, wintry mix? I will say they did say it was going to hit at midnight. Missed it by 4 hours. So, first thing this morning, snow. And it's coming down a little heavy. And temperatures today's supposed to be 34, which means no snow, but we're getting snow. So, God, I wish I was a weatherman. You could just be wrong every day. Wouldn't that be great? Everybody still loves you at your job. Well, I think it's going to be partly cloudy. That's what it looks like outside to me. And so we're going to work with that. Roads were kind of slick coming in this morning, but I did see the South guys out first thing, so we should be all set there. Popping on ESPN. And we're doing a bubble watch for the tournament. I don't know if any of you guys are doing any of the... getting into making your bets and seeing who's going to win. I don't know. Never bet against State. They always seem to make a good run, especially towards the end of the tournament. So we'll see what's going on with that. For you golf guys, let's see. What do we got going on? We're at the Players' Championship right now. Be nice to be a golf guy. Your job is to play in the sun. Anyways, see, Ramey is winning, or he's ahead right now. What is it? Second round. Yep, second round in progress. Top purse is $25 million for 4 rounds of good golf. Boy, that'd be great.
4 rounds. That's all you have to play for 20. What did you say?
You only
24 million?
25. Well, you only got to practice about 5,000 hours a year. So, but hey.
Well, how many hours are in a year?
I don't know. That's a great question. That sounds like a math problem, and I've had 1 cup of coffee, so I'm not answering that.
You're not going that way?
Yeah, so Ramey's in the lead with -8. Morikawa is -7. Pendrith, 2 back, or 3 back from the leader, 2 back from second, and -5, tied with Griffin from the United States. And finally, Sue is -5. So you have out of the top 5, you have 4 Americans. That's great. This morning, we always talk about different topics that we're going to be talking about as far as our funny lists, and we're going to get to this in a little while, Paul. I think you're going to love this. There's actually 2 lists. I know how much you love my lists. And the first one is going to be the dumbest laws in the world. So going in there and seeing what things are illegal and, seeing how that works. I know how much you enjoy the law.
I'm not against that. I am not against that at all, Isaac. You don't scare me.
Well, that's good because I didn't make the laws and I'm not trying to be scary. So it all works itself out.
All right.
So I know how much you like the tech news. So let's go take a look at this. And top tech stories. Let's see. According to Google, U.S. Marshal Service breached by ransomware attack. That's probably not good. Aren't those the guys that keep everybody safe in the fake family names and all that? Isn't that a U.S. Marshal thing?
No.
I think that is.
No, I thought they just had
like
jurisdiction all the way across the nation.
I thought those are guys like you go and you speak and then they got to hide you.
Well, maybe. I mean, they may have a witness protection program within the U.S. Marshal Service.
Well, if that got hacked, we may have a small problem.
So somebody wants to know where somebody is.
Well, I was looking on this, and this tickled my fancy. It says Musk appears bitten by the AI bug.
All right, hold on a second. Let me get this so we can put it on the screen. I think I need to go over here.
All right, what Paul's trying to do is play with the computer live time to make it bigger so we can both read it because it's tiny, and I can't see that well. So
I can definitely make this bigger. Well, I was trying to get it to go to the...
online so they can see it too?
So they can see it.
Yeah. Well, as we're working that bug out, if you haven't...
not all websites let you make them bigger. So
that's right.
This one isn't allowing that.
Well, this 30 minutes is brought to you by Cigar Fellas Cigar Lounge. Go down to Irish Road, 1086 Irish Road, meet Rod, the godfather of cigars, and he can show you the lounge, 4 different lounges they hang out. You have a cigar. Welcome to their little place of peace. Check it out at cigarfellascigarlounge.com. That's cigarfellascigarlounge.com. All right, so got up this morning, was expecting 6 inches of snow. There was a penance pennants of snow, and but 4:30, it started to come down, and it looks like it's going to be coming down all day. But you know what? It works out that it's in the morning, so the salt trucks are getting out there. Everything seems to be all good.
Nice.
I will say, though, last week when they did the snow day for the kids before it snowed, I don't remember that as a kid. Right?
Preemptive snow day?
There was like 6+ inches, and it was like, sucks to be you. Right?
Yeah. I have not been impressed with the... but, you know, you got to burn the school day. You got to burn the snow days.
Yeah, well, they're scheduled. And, you know, God bless those teachers. Because do you want to be a teacher?
No.
I'm going to go with, Alex, what is no for 200, please?
For 200.
All right, so Elon Musk apparently has been bitten by the AI bug. And he reportedly has been approaching artificial intelligence researchers in recent weeks with an eye towards setting up a research lab to develop an alternative to OpenAI's ChatGPT. Now, have you played with that at all, Paul?
I have.
Being a techie?
No, I have not. I can tell them when I hear it because I know who wrote the script, and you can hear just the wrong placement of words.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not the proper tense.
Yeah,
you know
so
I mean?
ChatGPT is that one. The one I've seen was a video of Joe Biden saying how much he enjoyed that girl's big butt. That's the one that I saw.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a minute, what is this? And then the lips do not match the speech. And then there was another one about Elon Musk and how much...
See, I thought it was just audio. I didn't know it was deepfake video as well.
Yeah, deepfake videos as well, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's see here. The move stems from Musk's dissatisfaction with the safeguards OpenAI has included in ChatGPT. So he's mad about exactly what we were just talking about. To prevent it from producing text that might offend users, according to reported information. Musk and some conservative commentators have also accused OpenAI of training ChatGPT to be woke. So they're politicizing ChatGPT. How would you explain that to me, Paul? Make sense.
I would guess you would make it sensitive to current issues. Black Lives Matters, LBGDQ, whatever. I get all the initials.
The 25% of the alphabet. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, they made it sensitive and understanding of those issues, perhaps.
Wow, a computer that's sensitive and understanding, but yet has the intelligence to kill you at any time. That's outstanding.
Come on, if it's meant to be.
Listen, haven't you seen any of the movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'll be back. Okay? I mean, they named the system Skynet. Okay? Skynet. All right.
For a reason.
Exactly. So
we got a guy on the YouTube page, Old Gamer's listening. Hey, Old Gamer, what's up, baby boy?
Shout out. It says, writing on the National Review in January, Nate Hochman declared he found a built-in ideological bias on the ChatGPT. It's not clear if this was characteristic of ChatGPT from the outset or if it had been a recent reform to the algorithm, someone putting it in there, but it appears that the crackdown on misinformation that we've seen across technology platforms in recent years, which often veer into more brazen efforts to suppress or silence viewpoints that dissent from progressive orthodoxy, is now a feature of ChatGPT-2, he wrote. So, yeah, fighting politics in the AI world, I don't know. Everybody's got a position and everybody's got a say, and you're allowed to agree or disagree, and I suppose people making it have a say in a position, right?
Right.
Well, you're not going to agree with everything. Lord knows I don't. Now, our list of today, of stupid lists that I found during the week.
All right.
By the way, I got some positive responses on the dumbest criminals one.
You like that?
Yes. The top response was a gentleman who was driving drunk and went into the hotel to get a room, and it happened to be the state police department. That one was really funny because that was stupid. And hit the Reader's Digest top 30 stupidest criminals. However, today we're going to do two because these things are going to go quickly. And Paul, I know you're going to love this because you're such a law and order person.
I'm ready. I'm going to listen with a grain of salt.
All right. Well, if you want to Google on it, it is called 60 Weird Laws from Around the World. And it's got two little boys behind bars. One has his mouth open and screaming. The other one looks like he's crying.
Hold on a second. I'll put it up.
So, these are actual laws that if you break them, you actually can get fined or jailed. So, first one here is it says every country is different, which no kidding, and every country's laws are different. Sometimes these laws border on the seriously ridiculous, and other times they point to important cultural values that might be different than your own. We have compiled a list of weird laws around the world that you may not believe exist, but when we're traveling, you certainly don't want to wind up behind bars. So I don't know. Do you like to travel?
I love traveling.
Traveling. Have you ever been to Singapore?
Singapore. That's up to the left, or no? I haven't been to Singapore.
Yeah, right. Albuquerque, Rotary Girder. Yeah, it's out there. So first law that looks ridiculous.
Oh, they got a lot of crazy laws in Singapore. Isn't that the place where they sell panties and vending machines?
You know what? I know you would know information like that, but I don't know.
Singapore is Spain, right?
Listen, this is what Google's for. So if you guys go on here, you let us know what you think your favorites are. But we're starting off with a banger. First law is it is illegal in Singapore to chew gum. Okay, to chew gum, and I do not understand why this is a problem. Sometimes we all suffer when fools break the rules. After chewing gum to mess with mass rapid transit system and housing development board spent $150 a year to clean up gum litter in Singapore, so they banned gum substances. And this was in 1992. This wasn't like in 1926. This was recent. So many people chucked their gum on the mass transit system. They're like, there's some poor smuck's job that's got safety glasses on with the orange vest, with a chisel, chucking those black gums. Dude, underneath of those seats had to be amazing.
I think it makes for additional employment.
Yeah. You want to be the gum guy? I don't want to be the gum guy.
I'm not against it. But for those of you who are as unbeknowing as we are, let's do this. Let's put this baby up. So here's a map of
you're
Malaysia.
Actually getting Singapore up there. All right, what part of the planet?
Okay, I'm pulling out. It's over by Vietnam and the Philippines. It's on the Malaysian. I don't call that a continent, island, and it's on the tip.
It's on the tip, and that's important.
On the tip. So if you go here, don't take gum.
Right.
That's all. It's
weird.
Easy. It's got to be like stamped.
Or if you're going to be in public transit, just keep it in your mouth. Oddly enough.
You know, that's not much to ask, is it?
You know something we've been trying to teach kids? Keep that in your mouth. Chew it. Right? Chew it. Let's see. Let's just finish up here. Anyone importing, selling, or making gum in Singapore can get fined or jail time, with the exception of nicotine and dental gum offered therapeutic value. Don't get caught blowing a bubble. Wow. This you can get a fine for selling gum.
So see, here's
wow.
Here's something that's why that horrible stuff. The gummy bears are probably big over there.
Yeah.
Because it ain't gum.
Yeah, but because they can't have it now, they want it. So there's like an underground double bubble.
Yeah, but I mean,
they probably call it double bubble trouble.
You could satisfy your need to chew.
Here's the thing.
With a gummy bear.
Why is it that they just can't keep it in their mouth? And so many people stick it on the transit that they got to actually make a decision in a law. That's pretty bad.
Well, what if somebody tells a joke?
I don't know.
And you just happen to spit it out.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. You're going to love this next one, though, because it involves radios.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm listening.
All right, outstanding. So this one's for Canada. Canadian radio stations are required to play Canadian artists, which is interesting. The Canadians are a patriotic bunch, so much so that they call all Canadian radio stations are required by law to play Canadian artists on the airwaves at least 35% of the time, especially during the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Fridays.
35% of the time?
Yeah, so how many Canadian songs do you like? So what is the popular ones? There's like, who's from Canada? Was it Justin Bieber is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to hear Bieber 35% of the time?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they have their own groups that we don't know about. Alan Thicke, he wasn't a singer though.
I don't know.
His son was.
But at least it gives an opportunity for people from that country to be able to put on there and get their information, right? It's kind of like you do here on 92.1 FM, getting people to get their stuff out here so you get content. People can hear them, right?
A little local love isn't bad.
I'm not totally against this one. So let's see who they got. Oh, they got some big names here. So 35% money. This means that in an hour of radio during the work week, more than 20 minutes of artists like Nickelback, Alanis Morissette, and those guys. And Nickelback's kind of older now, so it's I don't know.
Well, here, just in case, all right. For those of you who don't know where Canada is, what are you talking about? We put Canada up on the screen, and we need to get back to your webpage. Can you get there on your cell phone? Yeah, that's the problem with this laptop. It works
I'm supposed to bring in my own laptop.
It works until it doesn't want to work, and it just shuts down and it turns off and turns back on. So if we're patient, we may be okay. But for those of you who aren't familiar with Canada, we can see it right here on the screen, right there above the United States, Saskatchewan. I tell you what, the furthest I've been, where was I? I was over here, Calgary. I went to the Winter Olympics in Calgary.
Dude, did you know Celine Dion was Canadian?
Is she from Calgary?
She's Celine Dion. She's from Canada. She doesn't have a spot. She has a country. She's a thing, man.
But I remember Calgary. How's that? Yeah. We had a good time.
So Alanis Morissette was all right. Do you know her? That was like 90s white girl music.
No. Well, yes and no. How can I say no?
Justin Bieber, you know him. Got to be a believer. All right. So 35% of the time, you got to hear their music, which I'm actually not opposed to that. I wish kind of they would do that with other places, right? All right. Well, we're going to go from one side of the planet to the other on our next ones. Okay. So we were in Canada, right?
Right.
Saskatchewan. Hey, how are ya? We're going from there to Germany, and you're going to love this one. I can't wait to hear your take on this. It is illegal to run out of gas on the Autobahn. There's a lot of things that can be illegal, but running out of gas, and there's no speed limit. Oh my gosh!
You know, it raises questions for me. How easy is it to get gas on the Autobahn? You know,
is it like an off and on, like a rest area?
I've always imagined the Autobahn as a very limited access highway because of the speeds. The speed's unlimited, right?
Yeah, you can go
whatever speed you want.
Whatever speed.
So I can imagine that egress, ins and outs are few and far between.
That 0 to 60 becomes really important at that point, right?
Right, but maybe not. I mean, if it's a main thoroughfare, I mean, you don't have to go 110. So you still use it as a major road to get to Grandma's
but if
house.
You could go 110, I mean,
that's what I'm asking.
I would want to test. Listen, if I got a nice car, I want to test the durability of its abilities to know my vehicle that I'm in. And if it happened to go 150, it's not that the enjoyment that comes from it has any part of anything. It's simply the safety of others. That's what we going for. I would be having a blast. Oh, my Lord.
Let's get back to the topic at hand.
All right. So
running out of gas. Now, per se, what if I run out of gas but have a gas can in the back of the car?
I suppose if you fill it before they give you the ticket, then technically, I don't know. Let's see what it says. It says, notorious for having dynamic speed limits that give drivers a chance to travel more than 100 miles per hour. Man, I wish we could do that. Car enthusiasts and speed demons, such as yourself, love trips along the German Autobahn. But if you run out of gas, you can face a big fine. And don't even think of walking to a gas station. You'll get another fine for walking to the gas station.
Yeah, no pedestrians on the highway.
What?
No pedestrians on the highway, baby.
Germans suck a little, man.
No.
Why?
Why?
Germans believe you have the power to keep your car properly gassed up, so if you run out of gas, it's your own fault. Walking along the highway is unsafe, and is having your vehicle stalled on the side of the road is also your fault. So keep your eyes on your gas gauge and fill her up when you get low.
Well, here's the question: what happens if you just break down?
Okay.
You know what I mean? What happens if a spark plug goes, or a caliper, or
that's
something?
not gas.
It's not gas, but under the same token, they're saying that you should be responsible. If you own a vehicle, you should be able to keep gas in it.
Listen, I love how you're looking for like the thing here, but I'm gonna have to go with this is really specific. And speaking of specific, this next one.
Okay. Go for it. Wait a minute. Wait. I did not show them where Germany was.
I think everyone knows that one.
No,
there's this big war.
No, it's right there.
It's right there.
Just to the right of
in
the
green
and the left of Czechia. What's that?
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to stay after.
Yeah, because I can't pronounce that.
Speaking of bad ones, the fact that this law has to exist means a few things, and we're going to get your opinion on this right now.
Okay.
And in Switzerland, you know Switzerland, I'm from Switzerland, all right?
Just had some hot chocolate last night.
The rule we're going to be discussing, the law that cannot be broken, is you are not allowed to hike naked in Switzerland. First of all, why did you have to make this law, and who did you see naked would be the second question, which I don't want the answer to. Because if Grandma loves the outdoors, that would be bad. After Swiss and German travelers decided to make naked hiking a thing, oh boy. Can you imagine? What are you doing today? Oh, we're stripping down and going in the woods. That's a thing. We're stripping naked and going in the woods. Now I know why they think Yetis are real, because some of those hairy back men could be mistaken, I think. Naked hiking a thing. Switzerland a decade ago. This happened 10 years ago. Wow. Swiss officials reminded folks that a public indecency law still exists, and you can be fined if caught in the woods in the buff. In 2011, a Swiss man was fined more than $100 for his bare-bottomed walk. $100. Listen.
That doesn't sound.
Where did they get the $100? He had to have a man bag, right?
In the car.
It definitely wasn't in his wallet.
It was in the car. Come on now, we all know.
And I don't even want to know what kind of car. I gotta guess. Probably.
I think
I know what it is.
Other cultures aren't as freaky about nudity as we are. We are really anal, and I use that word on purpose, about nudity in America.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Well, have you seen some of the people that want to do that?
That's a whole nother bellywig.
No, it's the same thing.
No. You're just jealous.
No.
You're jealous.
Let me help you with this. Help me help you. There are certain mental pictures that you cannot get out of your mind. And when grade A cottage cheese is a part of that mental picture, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
See,
I got to pull a George Bush on this. Not gonna do it.
This raises even more questions. It almost sounds like this is an experience, that you've had, or a dream, or something.
Listen,
you're invested in this.
Listen, what we have here is a failure to communicate.
Listen,
it's not about what did happen. It's about what could happen. Like nukes.
Just because it's visible doesn't mean you have to.
Like, I don't need you to blow a nuke up to know that I don't want to have that around. Conversely, if you go to the gym in a size 40 spandex, I would not like to see that uninhibited.
But listen, we're talking about people.
Yes, we are.
Hiking in the woods.
Right. So imagine you're with your kids and Grandma Nellie comes out.
I think they would be decent enough to hide behind trees if people came. They just want to be nude in nature,
and that's why people think there's Yetis.
Why wouldn't a nudist, quote unquote, camper colony have a piece of property with the woods on it that would invite these people? I mean, if it's a fad, If it's a fad, you could contain it into facilities, right?
Listen.
I'm just trying to work with them.
I agree with that law. That's all I got. I'm agreeing with that law. You're disagreeing. And I'm glad that it's over there and not here.
What if we were to put a weight restriction on it?
Woo! Now you're something.
Anybody under 180 pounds can tromp through the forest.
But isn't that there's some kind of something that's illegal for somebody about?
Oh, it's weight shaming, 100%.
Weight shaming.
Yes, 100%. But I'm trying to make you better with it.
Yeah, we're gonna move on because I still have to drink coffee and not vomit. This one kind of actually makes sense. Now, if you want to show people where the boot is for Italy, Venice, Italy is where we're going next.
Italy? Okay, I might be able to find that.
Yeah, it's illegal to feed the pigeons, but this one kind of makes sense, right? Because people don't want to be pooped on, and you know, you should always see the pictures of them. There's bird poop everywhere. It says,
I thought that was because of the statues.
Any movie that you've seen, there's pigeons, right? All right, with thousands of pigeons descending upon St. Mark's Square in Venice, lured by the tourists ready to hand out food. That's what it is. Exchanging from Instagram-worthy photos.
Up here, you know that, right?
Venice lawmakers officially made it illegal to feed the pesky fowls in 2008. I imagine that's a mess of people getting crapped on. You know, it said the cleanup for the birds cost for each year is basically $275. $1,000 per $275,000 per year. So okay, so you got the bubblegum people in Singapore. Now you got the bird poop people. I wouldn't want that, dude. What do you do for a living? Oh, I pick up the turds of the pigeons in St. Mark's Square. Yeah, I don't want.
Come on now.
You want that job?
It might not be a bad job.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I mean, you just disagree.
I think most of your time is going to be spent cleaning statues. You know, where the birds roost and blah blah blah.
And so you got to deal with people mad because they have poop on them.
Well, the question is: did the birds come because of the people, or did the people come because of the birds?
The chicken or the egg?
You know what I mean? That's an iconic image of all those birds taking off in front of the fountains.
Yeah, but after you've seen it and been pooped on 7 times, I'm sure it's not so iconic.
How long will it take to retrain the birds? I mean, I guess it'd be smarter to just start feeding them out of town. Right?
Well, here's the thing. You could face a $700 fine.
Wow.
For doing it.
Wow.
So you want to go ahead and retrain the birds?
Well, listen, I was watching this little wildlife TV show. I'll call it a wildlife TV. Was it wildlife? You know, stupid pet tricks.
Yeah.
And they showed these monkeys stealing people's food.
Okay.
And they were brilliant at it. You know, one monkey would distract them over here, and another one would come from behind and grab their fries, the whole thing, and just run off. They'd take cameras and purses and sunglasses and trade them for food. It was amazing. Yeah.
And they didn't get trained. They just did this to get food.
Correct. I guess they're.
Where was this at again?
I'm going to say India, as long as nobody looks it up. That's what I'm going to say.
Nice, and we all know where that is, right?
Yes.
All right.
It's over there.
Yeah. Well, as long as you don't get a $700 fine.
I'm really liking this image outside, that outside camera
with the snow.
I like it.
All right. Well, isn't it about time to do a shout out for the radio station?
Well, we're about halfway through. I can always do a WFOV 92.1 LPFM plug. It's Our Voices Radio, guys. We're always looking for clean music. So maybe your choir, maybe your band, maybe your solo. I was going to say solo group, but that's redundant. You can't be a solo group, can you?
Right.
Well, I guess
second cup of coffee, man. I can't.
That's
math.
Be a solo group if you had musicians. We're not going to debate that. But WFOV is looking for you. 810-259-9789. Get us your clean music. Get us your clean programming. Maybe they're doing a play at your kid's school. Maybe your Sunday service is popping. 810-259-9789. We're also involved with FACT Channel 17, our Comcast, we were going to call them a partner. So
our television partner.
Video, church services, music videos, talk show ideas, 810-259-9789. It's Our Voices Radio, and we're determined to make a difference, but we need you to too. 810-259-9789. How do you like that?
Help us, help you.
Help us.
Help us, help you.
Help us.
Yeah. Well, we're all trying to get there. The next, helping people is actually not possible without the help of others. It's just the way that works, isn't it?
I think it is.
All right. So,
I didn't show them where Italy was.
Yeah, well, everybody knows it's the boot by the sea, right?
Is that it? There.
Yeah. Looks like it's kicking something else.
It's about to, yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Well, now you're going to have to find this next one. I don't even know if you know where Acropolis.
Acropolis? I've been to the Acropolis, baby boy.
Not the building. No, not the building. It's in Greece.
Yes, it's a building in Greece called the Acropolis.
It's actually a city. I only knew that because it said it right here, but that made me sound intelligent. So
I don't know if that is true.
It is. It is true right here. All right, so we have we're going to Greece, and in Greece, it is illegal to wear high heel shoes. High heel shoes are illegal. When packing for a trip to Greece, make sure you have the right shoes. The country banned high heels at Acropolis in 2009. So this is a new one.
Recently.
Yeah,
okay.
why?
Explain why.
I'm working on it. So no stilettos at the Parthenon. Funny. Not sure why anyone would want to make a trek around the ruins in the dirt and the cobbles and high heels. Anyways, but it surely is tough to walk and will damage the shoes. But the Greek put this ban in place to protect its ruins from damage because by the damage caused by the sharp shoes. Wow. The ruins are nearly 2,500 years old, so be respectful and wear some soft-soled shoes. Now, wait a minute. So they have people come over to see the ruins, and they wore high heels. So, and it was damaging. How do you damage a structure with heels?
I mean,
I don't get that one.
It would take a number of them to chip in.
Right? Like you'd have to have a stampede of high heels.
I mean, if you ran the crim on that cobblestone, it would alter the cobblestone eventually, right?
This seems like a weird one to me. What do you think?
So it's a long-term plan. And maybe, the cracks are just dirt.
Or maybe the stiletto gets in between and pokes holes and brings up the dirt. But
let's see.
I don't know.
I'm going to drop this guy.
Blaming stilettos?
In this town, and we're going to see if we see anybody with heels on. Uh-oh.
Well, it's illegal, so if you do, you'd have to call the police and let them know we have an illegal stilettoing scenario
It looks like we found a rest area, so that ain't going to work.
Yeah. I don't know. That feels...
I don't have a problem with it, but, I don't wear my high heels when I'm on vacation. I'm a flip-flop kind of guy.
Thank you for that mental picture. Oh, thank you so much. Some red pumps. Oh, man. All right, let's see. What do we got next? Poland. So now you got to find Poland. And capital, by chance.
So now you do know I've been to Greece, right?
Well,
I've been to the Acropolis.
And
I'm...
A lot of holes from the stilettos, or what?
I'm going to say that I did not notice.
Well, that's probably because they had the crackdown.
And this was actually, what was it, 1990, so it would have been
before. So there have been stilettos everywhere.
Yeah.
There's been high heels all over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah, this looked like an octopus's
all over.
arm.
All over.
All right, you're going to love this one. Let's see. We're in Poland, like I said. And you are not allowed to wear Winnie the Pooh t-shirts. That is illegal. And you're not allowed to do it. Let's break this open because this sounds dumb. The cuddly little bear, all stuffed with fluff, does not wear pants. Okay, because he's a bear. Because of this, Poland issued a ban on Winnie the Pooh around playgrounds and schools, finding the AA malign character to be a bit too risque for the likes of impressionable children. Best leave your bear attire at home if visiting this Eastern European country. Just be safe. So, okay, Winnie the Pooh. How old is that? How old's that cartoon?
I'm
50, 60, 70 years?
I'm going to say from the 50s, yeah.
All right, so we're talking 80 years old. It's a stuffed bear that came to life.
But to be honest, if you look at the picture, hold on, let's look at the picture.
We're looking at the picture. It's got the red, red shirt, and it's a tan bear.
And he's overweight. So that gut is covering anything that would be considered junk, right?
No, because teddy bears don't have junk. They're just teddy bears.
He could have a Speedo on, is what I'm saying. That's tucked under that belly.
Now I'm starting to see that. That's like a fat guy at the beach that's wearing a banana hammock.
There you go.
Oh, great.
So he's got clothes on.
Now we're thinking with Winnie the Pooh.
That's awesome. It's the perversion of those that are perverted.
Yeah, well, if you see that, that's you seeing that, right? That's not what it is.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's and
the fact that they had enough people going, "Hey, how are you?" to the bear. Yeah. That's weird. It's
kind of weird.
Speaking of Speedos, walked right into that one.
I am not on that shot.
The computer gives us a picture of a man his backside with some striped underwear on.
I can show it. It's decent. There you go.
There's the shot.
So are you saying what's the deal with this one?
Well, it says men must wear Speedos on French beaches, which means that the issue is that they were not wearing Speedos. This is another naked thing. I think this is going to be a good rule.
What?
Well, if you're walking down the beach and it looks like a squirrel is running out of a tree, I don't think that's something you want your kids to see. But let's see. Did you think the French just really liked their Speedos? Question, actually. It's French law that men do not wear loose-fitting swim trunks on beaches, so they have to wear tight ones. Swimming pools and other public places where a swimsuit is required attire.
Well, I understand why. I already know. Before you read it, there have been too many diving board accidents
where they slipped out,
where the suits came off.
So their idea to fix it is to make it so skin tight you can see it anyways.
Make it so it can't come off.
Oh,
we don't mind if it's under wrappings. It's fine, but when it's totally exposed, there's an issue. They're grandparents by the pool.
Yeah, because that's
well,
let's see if you're right.
It's an issue.
I completely disagree with everything you said. And let's see. It says the law wasn't for safety, but rather the men wouldn't dare walk around town in a Speedo. So if he wears a Speedo in the water, it surely would be cleaner than someone he may have been wearing all day long. Oh, so people would come out with their skidded underwear. And so for skidded underwear reasons, no.
Is that for real? Come on, read it again.
I didn't make this.
Read it again.
The law wasn't for safety, but rather that men wouldn't dare walk around town in a Speedo. So if he wears a Speedo in the water, it surely would be cleaner than something he'd been wearing all day. Oh, yuck. This needs to avoid clothing that could have been worn throughout the day. Also extends to T-shirts. You'll need to lose those as fast as your surfer shorts. Gross. And
they're saying it's for cleanliness reasons?
Okay, so how dirty are your shorts?
You're trying to make people
at the beach.
Bathe? Right.
And that, so you, dude,
So what's happening is
deodorant, showers. So they're coming down to the beach to shower.
Right.
Yeah.
They're coming to the water to bathe in their regular clothes, and they want to stop it.
Yeah.
Interesting. You would think that they would make baths.
Yeah, that should be legal.
That's a big problem.
You know what I don't want to do in France? I don't want to go to the beach now. That's what just happened right there. That, there's going to be some hairy-backed hump well. And it's going to be like, oh, my gosh. And then you can't get that mental picture out of your brain, and you're welcome, right? Okay. That one sucked, and now I can't get that out of my mind. That's awesome. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right. How are we doing on this list so far? This is kind of nuts, right?
I think that it's been a little tame. Nothing too outrageous.
All right. I'm not telling you what else is on the list yet, so we're just keeping that shut.
Okay.
Here's one you probably will get arrested for. Have you been to Britain?
I have not.
Not. Okay. Well, in Britain, just so you know, because I don't want you to get in trouble, it is illegal to wear a suit of armor in British Parliament.
Oh, no. No.
So their politicians dress up in a suit of armor.
I gotta call my wife and tell her to take it out of the luggage.
I know you have one somewhere, but you know some politician making a point went in a suit of armor, just like we did in the 1100s.
I mean, wouldn't that be akin to going into Parliament with Kevlar on?
Yeah, like with a weapon on. Or something,
even, I mean, right? the defensive or the protective gear alludes to the fact that there's going to be some stuff going down, right?
Yeah.
You don't wear armor unless you need armor, right?
and leave it to a politician to make a point, right?
That's all I'm saying.
Because it said in Parliament specific.
In Parliament specific. So we all know where Britannia is, right?
Yeah, it's in Britain.
We don't know.
We know. It's in the Isles, man.
But
surrounded by Scottish, Ireland, Isle. And it says, we know, you've been dying to don your suit of armor, which this is America, and we haven't, to visit to Parliament during your next trip to London. Still, there is this ancient law dating back to 1313.
1313.
AD that prohibits the Brits could revoke the law, but as armor really isn't as fashionable as it was in the Middle Ages, why take it off when you can just get someone in trouble by leaving it on? Oh, so this law has been in there. So literally some dude gets out of battle. It's like, I got to go to Parliament. And he's in Arbor. Oh, man. So the next one, so we're going to stay in this side of the world. So we're going to go from Britain and we're going to go to...
Well, listen, I typed in Britain and it took me to like Britain, Vermont.
Well, we're talking about Britain. And next to Britain is...
Cheerio, all that sort of rot Britain, right? I sailed bean.
Yeah.
That's the Britain.
Yeah, the old English. Okay. Yeah, we're going with that.
All right.
And next to that is Scottish people. Now, Scottish people are known for drinking. Would you not agree with that?
Well, I'm right over here. I will neither confirm
nor
deny that because I don't know any Scottish people.
Well, being an Irish person, I know lots of Scottish people, and I can attest the ones that I know have an affinity for the bourbons.
Okay.
So this next law may actually make sense, but also not make sense at all. In Scotland, and the fact that they had to make this law is the funniest part about this, I think. It says it's illegal to ride a cow while drunk in Scotland. So that means this has happened multiple times to where they've had to make a law. You're not allowed to. First of all, you can ride cows.
Oh, Isaac.
Look at the look in your face.
You are just so naive.
Oh, please regale me with my stupidity.
To the ways of the world.
Ways of the world.
Okay, come on now.
Oh, really?
A cow
how many cows
different than a motorcycle.
I'm not saying it's not.
In Scotland,
I'm saying how many times have people been drunk on a cow that they had to make a
rule? Same amount of time people have been drunk on lawnmowers.
All right.
Riding lawnmowers here in America.
So basically, they're in an autonomous vehicle that knows its way home, and you can't pull it off of that equipment. That's basically what you're telling me right there.
You know, I think they fear more for the
animal,
the drunk, than the animal. It's cows aren't that tiny. A good fall on a cow could be detrimental.
The fact that they had to make a law because so many people were doing it, that's my favorite.
Well, here's the deal: laws aren't always made to catch people doing it. It's to allow the police to stop people from doing it.
Yeah. That's kind of like when they got mad at a guy that lost his license for drinking and driving, so he just drove his lawnmower.
I thought I saw a guy with like a forklift or something.
Yeah,
that he drove instead. No, it was one of those scissor lifts.
Yeah. Driving a scissor lift
to the liquor store.
It goes 2 miles an hour. Oh man! So let's see. What is the reason for this? This has got to be an old one. Before you get any crazy ideas and have too much Scottish whiskey. This rule was set, oh my gosh, 1872. They've been drinking in Scotland for a really long time. Oh, no.
Well, I think 1872, dude. Cows were the main mode of transportation if you couldn't afford a horse.
Now, how would you even know that piece of information?
It was 1842, dude.
I didn't look up 1842.
You think he got in his Jaguar and just drove into town?
No, but I didn't think,
some milk and bread from the butcher.
Here's your cow. I didn't see it that way. Sorry.
Not at all.
Yeah, that one is.
Thinking about taking a bath with a donkey?
Oh, don't take a bath with a donkey. That sounds bad. That's illegal.
It looks like the snow is still coming down, guys.
Well, barely. 6 inches. Weather's supposed to be 32 today, and then so we're supposed to get a high 6 inches. But what do you think? It looks pretty clear, man.
I don't see 6 inches coming with this kind of.
Would you love to be a weatherman? What do you do for a living? I'm wrong most of the time.
It's going to take a long time to get 6 inches the way it's coming down now.
Well, and it's going to be 32, so how in the world does that happen, right? I don't know. Whatever.
All right, 30 is it's got to be under 30 to freeze, so 32 is going to end up being rain.
I was looking up some of the dumbest rules in Michigan that are still laws on the books. Did I tell you that part yet? Oh, man.
Did this thing die again?
Do you know that in Kalamazoo, you are not allowed to scowl at a woman in public?
Kalamazoo? You cannot scowl at a... So, can we define scowl? What is a scowl?
Well, you're married.
I am.
Is there anything else you need to know, or... Like, you know what is... When she's looking at you, like, you're the dumbest dumb person, and sometimes you're agreeing, and sometimes you're defending, right? Sometimes you're like, yep, I did that. And other times you're like, wait a minute, lady.
But, I mean, Scott, see, I know about pursing your lips, right?
Pursing?
Yeah. Well, you push.
Thank you for explaining that to me.
Yeah. You push your lips out.
Thank you for pursing your lips to me on the radio.
Pursing your lips is pursing your lips. That's pursing. So, what is scowling? Scowling is looking disapprovingly?
Yeah, at a woman. You're not allowed to do that. I wonder who made that law and how long that one exists, right?
You know, I bet somebody's wife made them write that law. Because, you know...
Are you sure?
What year was the law made?
That one, I don't know. But just to finish up our Scottish cow thing.
All right.
Before drinking too much Scottish whiskey, you should know you could get a ticket for drunk cow riding. Technically, the full 1872 law, which is still on the books, mandates people not to be drunk when in charge of a cow, horse, carriage, or steam engine. Dude, how many times did this happen where they're like, man, we got to make... The engine's on the track, so the thing you got to do is stop at the stations. Wow. In case you were wondering, the same law states you cannot have a loaded firearm on you while you're drunk, and we have to admit that's probably a pretty good rule.
Not a bad one. No, I wonder if we've got anything like that on the books.
Oh, boy. Yeah. I don't know. These are pretty weird, man. Like, honestly, I didn't think any of these are going to be on here as we're going on there. And I don't know who makes these rules and laws, but, like, on an average day, I looked it up. There's so many weird laws on the books that people break a law about 5 times a day without knowing it. Right?
Yeah.
Well, imagine every time you go 26 and 25, right? That's technically breaking law, right?
Right.
I don't know. This next one's going to be amazing. And so if you want to bring it up, we're going to be in the Caribbean.
Well, we've got a problem.
Yeah.
This thing says it only has 1% left, and it's plugged in.
There's some good news.
There's some good news. So we may lose our internet feed here shortly, guys, but you can always check us out online at wfov.online for the audio portion of this show. I'm curious. Why would it do that?
I don't know. It's technology, and it's dumb.
It is. Yeah, it's plugged in.
My guess would be too many cameras pulling juice off the thing. But before we're going into it, let's leave you with a good one, I guess. And then if it craps out, we'll get back to it. In the Caribbean, it is illegal to wear camouflage. Leave the camo attire at home when you're headed to the Caribbean to wear it is a big no-no in many island nations, including Barbados, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Antigua, Barbados, and Jamaica. Camouflage is only allowed to be worn by the country's military personnel. So you could get caught, and they would think you're a military person and shoot you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like impersonating a police officer. Come on, get me some better stuff than this.
All right, fine.
That's
fine.
impersonating a police officer.
Well,
of course it's illegal.
How about you're not allowed to take a selfie with the Buddha?
Yeah, and? Next?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, didn't you? What was the guy's? I want to say Koresh.
No, it's the reason why it's illegal that makes it great. It's not that you're having a selfie with the Buddha. It's the fact that you're turning your back to the Buddha. And since you're turning the back to the Buddha, that makes it illegal.
Interesting and disrespecting.
Yeah,
the Buddha.
disrespectful.
But how do you walk away?
Well,
how do you walk away from the monument?
I bow and walk backwards. I don't know. We're not worthy. We're not worthy, I guess.
I wonder how far away you have to be.
Yeah, is there like a line?
Around, right?
Yeah. So if you turn your back
20 foot away, it's not disrespectful. But if you're...
And here's the thing. If they catch you doing that, they will imprison you for the selfie. For turning your back on a stone statue.
But what if you're not Buddhist?
I don't think it matters. I think it's probably worse. Actually, now that I think about it, right? They will imprison you by that, and it's considered disrespectful to point your finger at Buddha. So, like, if you're pointing at the Buddha, like, hey, that's the Buddha, that's a sign of disrespect. And sometimes there are bans. They will ban the photos and take the photos. Wow. Although not illegal to have tattoos of Buddha, a British woman was jailed for 3 days and 24